right, good evening to those of you early arrivers. 17.5 minutes left to go in this pregame warm-up before we get this girls sub-district semifinal underway here between the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the Chadron Cardinals. You will have to bear with us tonight as we are working in difficult conditions. We've got all kinds of folks broadcasting 3-4 different setups here, and we're hoping that at some point we're able to move over as we get the game going along and be able to set up in our normal digs. And so, yeah, we're going to do what we do. We're going to bring a broadcast to you of the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs in their Subdistrict semifinal matchup with the Chadron Cardinals. Looking forward to bringing that to you, but just that constant word of warning, we don't really know exactly how this is going to go here, technology-wise tonight and setup-wise. So bear with us. We will step aside. 16.5 minutes left before the opening tip between the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the Chadron Cardinals here on SheridanCountyTurnStar.net.
Hinn's Home Furnishings of Gordon is gearing up for our annual tax return sale with big savings store-wide. Hinn's Home Furnishings has a great selection of couches, recliners, mattresses, appliances, dining room sets, and more. We also carry a wide variety of quality flooring and even offer installation. Hinn's Home Furnishings also offers free local delivery. Come check us out at 122 North Main Street in Gordon. Remember, even if we don't have what you're looking for, we can get it for you.
You won't notice any untamed acreage here, a retaining wall that needs rebuilding, or an old gnarled tree stump in the middle of a field. Why? Because it's already been taken care of. That's why. New Holland has the power and versatility to create whatever world you imagine. Get 0% financing for up to 84 months on any compact tractor at your local New Holland dealer. New Holland, equipped for a new world.
You okay?
What happened?
Dad kind of walked into my swing.
Don't you mean Dad kind of ruined our Hawaii fund?
I should go to the hospital.
There goes the airfare. I don't think health insurance will cover all of that.
That's not safe.
Without that cash from
Aflac!
we might have to choose between Hawaii or your face.
Hawaii.
What?
Oh, Hawaii.
You might have less coverage than you think. Visit Aflac.com and keep your lifestyle healthy.
Aflac!
Parents, remember your kids are watching you as they're participating in their activity. Set a positive example for your kids to feed off of.
Showing good sportsmanship not only shows good character as a fan, but can also improve productivity among the competitors.
In being a great opponent, you need to have great attitude and respect for the game.
The outcome of the game is out of your control, so sit back and let the athletes do what they do best.
All right, folks, 10 minutes and 18 seconds left to go before we get this one underway. And those of you who are early runners in a few minutes, ago, we had to set up a from the spot. So, three of their space into that. So you're going to notice some funky camera angles here for just a bit as we move our camera and our setup down this way. And so bear with us. Easily moving through it. To look away here for just a minute. So we will set aside. Bear with us. Right back 9.5 minutes before the opening hit around Gordon-Rushville and Chadron C1-12 Subdistrict semifinal. All right, folks, 7.5 minutes before we get this one underway between Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and the Chadron Cardinals in the C1-12 Subdistrict semifinal. I think we found the final landing spot for the camera. Right over that, where it's at, and we are just about ready to go as we get everything gathered up. Get my lovely assistant my stat sheet. We will tell you just a little bit about the current matchup. Flying by the seat of our pants here, and that's nothing new for us. For those of you who followed us throughout the season and multiple seasons, glad to have you along with us. We've got a great group of folks already on board with us tonight. Glad to have everybody along here on SheriffCountyJournalStar.net. We got a great game this evening. We got the 2-3 matchup in this sub-district. As mentioned in the early game, easily dispatched the Valentine Badgers. Second half. For at least 16. Mitchell doing what Mitchell does. They extremely well. They'll be handful for whichever one of these teams comes out of this sub-district game here this evening. So, the Chadron Cardinals come into tonight's game 10-9 on the season. Starting lineup for the Chadron Cardinals will be number 12, that's Miley Strong. Number 14 is Dana Dunbar. For the Mustangs, 10 wins as well. 10 wins. Mustangs with 2 more losses, 10-11 for the Mustangs. They will start tonight a very familiar lineup. Leanne Ferguson. Number 12, Callie Schultz. Number 15, Sierra Garrett. Number 30 is Jacoby Knight. And number 40 is Gracie Quizette. Team from what many expected as we started this season out. The Mustangs lost 4 Cardinals against that team from a year ago. But this group has really done well. They have come together. There's an awful lot of young go in the warm-up period. Ball action.
is the ability to have fun, be competitive, and treat others with respect in the act of winning or losing, whether that's parents or players.
Sportsmanship is a balance between players, coaches, officials, and spectators.
Supporting and encouragement surpasses all harsh judgment. Express positive motivation by communicating with good sportsmanship, either in the stands or in the act of participating.
Let's try that volume level just a little bit. In our scurry to get things moved across, we adjusted one volume level thinking it was the other one, and that should sound a whole lot better to you there at home, we hope. We have not had time to get the Twitter feed up. If we get a chance as we go through here, we'll see if we can get that up and running. Always nice to know where folks are watching from, but one of those things in the Mad Scramble we haven't had a chance to get done for you tonight. But we are just about ready for the introductions of the starting lineups, and we will turn it over to the public address announcer. Thank you.
In tonight's second game, we have the Chadron Cardinals. 7 p.m. First for Chadron, coached by Don McLean, assisted by Mike Sandstrom and Katie O'Boyle. 5'9" sophomore, number 12, Charlie Schraubheim. 5'9" senior, number 14, Kevin Dunbar. 5'9" junior, number 15, Peyton Underwood. 5'7" sophomore, number 21, Shay Bailey. 5'8" junior, number 23, Carson Hegeman. And now for Gordon-Rushville, coached by Randy Hilbert, assisted by Phil Denbach. 5'7" junior, number 11, Diane Bergerson. 5'8" junior, number 12, Harry Schultz. 5'9" sophomore, number 15, Sierra Garrett. 5'7" sophomore, number 30, Kobe Knight. And 5'5" junior, number 40, Gracie Perez. Gordon-Rushville will be home on the scoreboard.
Well, there we go, the starting lineups for these two teams. In case you missed it, for the Chadron Cardinals, number 12, Tylee Strathhide. Number 14, Dana Dunbar. Number 15 is Peyton Underwood. Number 21, Shay Bailey. And number 23, Carson Hageman. For the Mustangs, it'll be Rianne Ferguson, Callie Schultz, Sierra Garrett, Jacoby Knight, and Gracie Perez. One of these teams advances to face Mitchell on Thursday night at 7 o'clock. The other season ends tonight. Always a tough time of year, but that's how it works. Sierra Garrett in the center circle, tips it up, tipped around, and that is going to be controlled by Strathhide for Chadron. Chadron sets it up in the offensive zone. This is Hageman. Now back up top to Strathhide. Now she'll work to her left, swings it around, tipped by the Mustangs, but picked right back up. They go back door, shot up, and good. Chadron out in front, 2-0. So here's Ferguson up top. Man-to-man defense by the Chadron Cardinals. Cross-court pass to Knight. She works on the dribble, kicks it out to Ferguson, thought about the three, passed it up, now back across to Callie Schultz. Now Rianne between the circles. Mustangs kind of playing catch up top, getting a feel for this Chadron Cardinal defense. Here's Jacoby Knight on the dribble. She works against Dunbar. Now back to Schultz. Schultz guarded by Strathhide. There's a near steal by Chadron, and now we've got an offensive foul on the Mustangs. That'll go against Rianne Ferguson, and that'll give the ball back to the Chadron Cardinals with 7:02 to go in the first quarter. So this will be Hageman on the inbounds. Shay Bailey gets it. She'll walk it up the floor. The Mustangs also in the man-to-man in the early going here. So here's Underwood. They work it onto the wing for Strathhide. Back up top. This is Hageman, and back to Strathhide. Underwood has it up top, guarded closely there. Strathhide hands that one off to Dunbar. Pull-up jumper, that one misses everything, and the rebound cleared by Sierra Garrett. Callie Schultz up the far side. Into the corner, now she'll flip it back out to Jacoby Knight. Knight will back it out on the dribble between the circles and set the offense. 6:18 to go in the first quarter. Here's Callie Schultz between the circles now. Bounce pass to Ferguson, now they swing it around. Garrett into the corner for Gracie Perez, who's now into the game. They tried to go down to the low post for Knight, but that one's off her fingertips. Turnover by the Mustangs, and there's a carrying call on the Chadron Cardinals, as that was Shay Bailey. So now Perez comes out, Beth Bragg comes into the game. 6:03 to go, first quarter. Mustangs trail 2-0. Callie Schultz will bring it up the far side and sets the Mustang offense. Keeps that dribble alive. Under 6 to go in the first quarter. That one nearly taken away. Garrett snatched it out of the air. That one is taken away by Hageman, but tipped out of bounds by Carson Hageman. It'll stay with the Mustangs. And so the Mustangs in the early going having trouble making some crisp passes, as Chadron's got their hand on a couple of them and nearly taken away a couple more. Into the corner they go for Ferguson. Here's Knight. She'll spot up for three. Good! Jacoby Knight lights the lamp with 5:36 to go in the first quarter, and the Mustangs take a 3-2 lead. Chadron back into the offensive zone. Pick and roll, and then all alone underneath the basket is Peyton Underwood for two. And just like that, Chadron back in front 4-3. 5:19 to go, first quarter. Schultz between the circles, drives in, hung up there. Able to get it back out to Bragg. Now they'll reverse it around to Ferguson. Now back the other way. Here is Schultz. Schultz on the dribble into the corner for Garrett. Skip pass up top for Bragg. Beth Bragg onto the wing. This is Jacoby Knight on the dribble. Trying to find some room to work, and they're going to call her for a carry that time. They're going to say she turned that ball over as she put it in gear. And another Mustang turnover. 4:55 to go in the first quarter. Here's Hageman. Picks up her dribble, now goes to the high post. That's Dana Dunbar down the lane. Can't get that little runner to fall. And here's Callie Schultz back the other way. Into the corner for Beth Bragg. Secondary break, Jacoby Knight down the lane, off the glass, won't fall, tipped around and picked up by Beth Bragg. Good offensive rebound that time by Beth Bragg to maintain possession for the Mustangs. There's Callie Schultz heading to the basket, and a blocking foul is called. Callie Schultz will have 2 free throws. Callie Schultz had an open lane to the basket, streaking down the lane. It was a nice pass, but she is fouled. And that is the first foul of the game on Peyton Underwood. Callie's first free throw, the bank is open. Count one for Callie, that ties it at 4. Now Danielle Dunbar comes into the game along with Allie Ferguson for the Chadron Cardinals. Second free throw is up, this one's off the mark, no good. And that is Ferguson with the rebound. Now they'll hand it off to Dunbar, she'll bring it up the floor, guarded by Knight. 4:17 to go, first quarter, she'll hand it off. This is Danielle Dunbar. Now Strathhide, onto the wing they go. This is Bailey. And now back up top. They reverse it around. Chadron really likes the look of getting it down into that low post. They work up top there. They got a seal. Low post, foul. Shot won't go. That will be free throws, though, as that'll go against Jacoby Knight. That's her first. And it'll be 2 free throws for Dana Dunbar. 3:54 to go in the first quarter. Tied at 4. First free throw is up, and it is good for Dana Dunbar. And that gives the advantage back to Chadron at 5-4. 2 fouls on the Mustangs in this first quarter, just 1 on Chadron. Dana Dunbar lines up the second one. That one's short off the front of the rim, and the rebound by Ferguson. Callie Schultz gathers it in, crosses the timeline, and the Mustangs go to work. Knight on the wing, looks in. Cross court for Bragg. Bragg on the dribble, drives in. Hung up, kicks it out. Garrett over the top to Jacoby Knight. Jacoby drives into the lane. Shot up and good. Jacoby had to get creative that time, but found a way to get some daylight and puts the Mustangs ahead 6-5, 3:20 to go in the first quarter. Dana Dunbar on the dribble, into the corner she goes. Now this is Danielle Dunbar, and push going to be called on one of the Mustangs. Contact there, and that'll go against Callie Schultz. Hard to see from this angle. I think that was a 12 the official put up. We'll see. It is. That is number 1 on Callie Schultz. Over the top they go, right back into the corner. Shot for 3, up and good. As that was Shea Bailey connecting from 3-point land. Makes it an 8-6 ball game with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Nearly taken away by Bailey. And now a reach-in foul going to be called on Taylor Strathhide. And that'll be number 1 on Strathhide. Second foul on the Chadron Cardinals. 2:57 to go in the first quarter. Strathhide out, Hageman back in, Ferguson comes out, and that would be Anderson coming in for the Mustangs. Grace Anderson into the game for the first time tonight. Beth Bragg out of the lineup, and Gracie Perez back in. The Mustangs with the three-point threat. They go into Sierra Garrett. That one against the double team a little too hard, and then Sierra makes contact and draws her first foul. That is 4 on the Mustangs in the first half. .254 to go. First quarter. Chadron by 2. Hageman on the wing. Now they'll reverse it around. This is Bailey. Goes into that low post. Kick it right back up top. Danielle Dunbar off the mark, no good. And the rebound by Gracie Perez. Callie Schultz quickly ahead to Jacoby Knight. Spin move. Shot up. A lot of contact there, and they're going to say it's out of bounds off of Sierra Garrett. 2:33 to go in the first quarter, and the Mustangs can't convert there. Trying to push the issue and hustle down the floor, but not able to turn it into points. Under 2.5 to go in this first quarter. Hageman up top. Now they'll swing it around. Bailey down to the low post. Shot up and good. As that's Peyton Underwood. She's got 4 points, and it's a 10-6 advantage with 2:12 to go in the first quarter. Schultz switches hands, drives into the lane, high off the glass, a little bit too high. No good, and the rebound cleared by the Cardinals. Bailey quickly up the floor. To Underwood and right back out to Bailey. Three-pointer on the way, and that one is good. And Coach Randy Holbert has seen enough. He wants to talk this over with the troops. 1:55 to go in the first quarter, and Chadron out in front 13-6. Folks, stop in and take advantage of True Value of Gordon's Bargains of the Month. You can save on LED light bulbs, smoke alarms, hand trucks, DeWalt bit sets, and a whole lot more. Come see Buck and the gang at 217 North Main Street in Gordon. And don't forget to stop in at Gordon Superfoods and Ideal Market of Rushville. They've got everything you need. Sure, you can drive a long ways to get groceries, but you can get everything you need right here at home. Stop in and say hi to the good folks at Gordon Superfoods and the Ideal Market in Rushville. And also say thanks to Open Range Beef in Gordon. They are proud to support the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs this season, and also proud to support their community, and very good community supporters they are there at Open Range Beef in Gordon. 1:55 left to go in the first quarter. The Mustangs down by 7. They trail at 13-6. 4 fouls on the Mustangs, 2 against the Chadron Cardinals. On the floor for the Mustangs now for the first time this evening is Jayla Bramer. Jayla Bramer, the freshman, seeing her first action of the night. They go to the top of the key for Knight. Now she'll back it out. It's been man-to-man defense the whole way for Chadron. Knight works off of the pick, looks, and she traveled. They were trying to get a backdoor cut away from the basketball. It wasn't there, and instead it results in a turnover. 1:38 to go now in the first quarter. Chadron inbounds the basketball. This is Dana Dunbar bringing it up onto the wing. Now back out to Hageman. She'll reverse it around and throws it wide of the mark. Dana Dunbar couldn't quite get to it. And a rare turnover for the Chadron Cardinals in this first quarter as they throw it away. And now Madison Hamer, number 10, into the game for the Chadron Cardinals. Now Bragg comes out of the game. 1:22 to go. Schultz sets the offense. Here's Perez. One dribble and gets it across to Garrett. Looks in. Nothing there. Now swings it outside for Knight. Ball fake and across they go there to Bramer. Now back to Schultz. 1 minute left to go in this first quarter. Good man-to-man defense by Chadron as the Mustangs not able to get any open looks, and then they get the takeaway by Hageman. Chadron basketball, 49 seconds to go in the first quarter. Onto the wing, this is Strathhide. Top of the key, they swing it around. That's Hamer, and now we've got an offensive foul called on the Chadron Cardinals. That's going to go against Peyton Underwood, and that'll be number 2 on her. 38.3 seconds left to go first quarter. Substitutions by both teams. Callie Schultz going to get a breather here at the end of the first quarter. And that'll be Shelby Holbert coming in to take her place in the Mustang lineup. Holbert on the dribble. Now she'll peel it back out. Nearly lost it, did lose it. They're going to say she touched it last. And the Mustangs, turnovers causing them a whole lot of heartburn in this first quarter. Not one of the stats I'm able to keep track of as we go, but I'd say at least a half a dozen in the first quarter by the Mustangs. Holbert out, and now Maddie Schmidt into the ballgame. No, Holbert stays in. That'll be Perez coming out. So Maddie Schmidt comes in. A young lineup. We can't stress that enough for this Mustang team. They go to that low block. That's Hageman. Guarded there, tipped out of there by Holbert. Chadron able to maintain possession. Underwood gets it back. Dunbar, Dana Dunbar, drives in, count the basket, and the foul. A nice drive to the bucket that time by Dana Dunbar. And she is going to draw the foul. That'll be number 2 on Sierra Garrett. With 11 seconds left to go in the first quarter, Chadron with a chance to add to that lead. And they do. Free throw is good. Chadron's opened up a 10-point lead with 7 seconds to go in the first quarter. Bramer gets it to Schmidt, puts up the shot. That one's off the front of the rim, no good. Bramer with the rebound and not able to get the shot off. At the end of one, it is Gordon-Rushville 6 and Chadron 16 here on the Sheridan County Journal-Star.net.
With the dawn of every new day come countless new demands. At New Holland, we know the value of reliable planting. That's why our P-Series air carts and drills give you precise control over your seeding, increasing accuracy and yield. When it comes time to harvest, the CR Series Combine offers superior quality, minimal grain loss, and increased visibility. Challenges will vary from day to day, but your answers to them won't. New Holland, equipped for a new world.
Just about ready to get the second quarter underway. Chance for us to remind you to stop in and see Jeff Jaggers at Hub International at 402 East 2nd Street in Rushville for all of your home, auto, farm, ranch, and crop insurance needs. And whether your tooth was knocked out going up for a layup or you chipped it while you were eating stadium popcorn, head on down to see Dr. Robert Ferguson and his outstanding staff at Gordon Dental for all of your dental health needs, and he will gently fix you right up. Ready to get the second quarter underway? Well, maybe. Waiting on the officials here. And now we'll get a 5th player onto the floor for the Chadron Cardinals. Mustangs wouldn't complain if they wanted to play with 4 for a while. They've got a 10-point lead. Mustangs with the basketball to start this second quarter. Schultz feeds it inside for Knight. Tried to go down low for Garrett. Misfires out of bounds, and another Mustang turnover. Chadron basketball just underway in the second quarter. Not the start that Gordon-Rushville was looking for here tonight. Here's Strathhide on the wing, drives to the top of the key. Now this is Underwood, hung up there, but gets to Strathhide. Backdoor cut, Rianne Ferguson stepped in front of it, held ball called. Good defense that time by Rianne. But the alternating possession in favor of the Chadron Cardinals. 7:37 to go, second quarter. Chadron has the basketball. Over the top they go to Strathhide. Now outside, this is Dana Dunbar. Dunbar nearly slid that pivot foot. Here's Hageman for 3. That one missed badly. And the rebound by Jacoby Knight. Ahead to Schultz. Schultz on the drive, throws it up, and she is fouled. The blocking foul called against Taylor Strathhide, as that'll be 2 on number 12. 7:22 to go, and that'll put Callie Schultz at the line. She's 1 for 2 tonight from the charity stripe. First one is no good, and I realized that I got all excited and forgot to write down one of the scores for the Mustangs. We'll get that figured out as we go along. Callie missed them both. She's 1 for 4 from the line tonight. And the rebound by Dunbar, but she loses the handle. Here comes Jacoby Knight the other way, lays it up, and good. Jacoby Knight with 4 points. or so we think. 7 minutes to go, nearly another steal. Now Strotheid has it up top. The lead is cut to 8. There's Hageman, looks down low, and another good look inside, and Strotheid converts that one easily. They like that backdoor look to the low post. There's a shot up and another foul called as Callie Schultz with a good strong move to the basket on the other end of the floor. Give that foul to Dana Dunbar. That is her first. 6 minutes, 39 seconds left to go, second quarter. Schultz misses another one. Callie not having a good night from the free throw line. Now Danielle Dunbar back in along with Allie Ferguson. Schultz lines up another, and that one rattles its way home. 9-point advantage for the Chadron Cardinals. Top of the key. That one's taken away by Callie Schultz. Callie on the run. Callie slows down, lays it up, and good. Callie really slowed down and took her time, made sure she got a quality shot off that time. Makes it 18-11. 6:15 to go in the second quarter. Mustangs starting to feel a little bit of momentum here, and then a foul called and free throws at the other end. And so now all of a sudden, free throws all over the place, and that'll be number 2 on Callie Schultz. And as we have seen throughout the season, the Mustangs cannot afford for Callie to get into free throw trouble. Free throw trouble, foul trouble, whatever. That thing. The first one is no good. This is why I have somebody helping me with this. So Strotheid out, and back into the game comes Madison Hamer. And my assistant reminds me that she's right 99.9% of the time. 6:05 to go, second quarter. Here's Jacoby Knight between the circles. On the dribble, switches hands, drives in, shot up and won't quite fall. A lot of contact there. Dunbar hit the floor, Dana Dunbar that is. Now back the other way comes Shea Bailey. Now they'll swing it around. Back the other way. Hamer at the top of the key. They go down low again for Dana Dunbar. Over the top, but a little bit too much. Dunbar there to get a rebound. And another Mustang foul. And 2 more free throws for Dana Dunbar. 5:34 to go in the second quarter. And that is number 3 on Callie Schultz, and that is bad news for Gordon-Rushville. She's going to have to come out of the ball game. And Dunbar's first one is good. So Callie out. And the freshman Shelby Holbert into the game to take her place. Rebound cleared by Ferguson. Beth Bragg down the floor, and we got a timeout called by Gordon-Rushville. 5:30 to go, second quarter. Mustangs down by 8. Check out the great selection of sale items now at Hims Clothing in Gordon. They also have a great selection of sportswear, casual wear, jeans, shoes, and much more. Come to Hims Clothing Center at 208 North Main Street in Gordon. And the First National Bank in Gordon proudly celebrates over 125 years of locally made decisions and supporting our community. Ask about their competitive student checking accounts. Good luck this season, Mustangs, from the First National Bank in Gordon. 5:30 to go in the second quarter. Mustangs in a hole. They trail by 8. And the floor general sitting on the bench with 3 fouls. Jacoby Knight will toss it in, gets it to Holbert. She'll set the offense. Now Knight brings it up to the between the circles, directs a little bit of traffic. Now she keeps that dribble alive. Now she loses it, gets it back. Holbert tried to go over the top. Gracie Perez, they haven't been able to get her free for a look from behind the arc yet tonight. Knight shot up. That one won't fall, and a blocking foul called on Chadron. Free throws for Jacoby Knight. I think that is Dana Dunbar who picked up that foul. Not at the best angle to pick up the indication from the ref. It is number 2 on Dana Dunbar. Knight's first free throw is good. Dunbar comes out. Beth Bragg comes back in. She takes the place of Gracie Perez in the Mustang lineup. Now the lead is 7. And make that 6. As Jacoby made them both. So here's Shea Bailey bringing it up the floor. They head to Strathide. Over the top, backdoor cut. Shelby Holbert just barely got back, and then somebody got tackled. This is going to go against the Chadron Cardinals. That's going to go against Allie Ferguson. Number 1 on her. As now both teams in the 1-and-1 bonus. That is 7 fouls now on the Chadron Cardinals. So the 1-and-1 bonus for both teams the rest of the way here. 4:59 to go in the second quarter. Rianne with her first free throw attempt of the night, lines it up and can't quite get that one to fall. The rebound cleared by Ferguson. Bailey quickly ahead. Underneath they look for a Hamer. Beth Bragg was there and she got a hand in there, but they're going to say she also had a hand on the arm, and that'll be number 1 on Beth Bragg. And that will result in free throws. Madison Hamer with a 1-and-1 opportunity. Perez back in for Bragg. 4:50 to go in the second quarter. Hamer lines it up. That one's well off the mark. Didn't catch iron. It'll be Mustang basketball out of bounds under the basket. And a timeout called by Chadron. 4:50 to go in the second quarter. It's a 6-point game. The Mustangs have trimmed that 10-point lead down 19-13 with 4:50 to go in the second quarter. Family owned since 1932, Strong Insurance is your independent insurance company, and they offer all forms of insurance. Stop in today at 224 North Main Street in Gordon and visit with Ben Chris. The certified public accounting firm of Gardner, Lautzenheiser, and Ryan wishes good luck to the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs. Visit with CPAs Sarah Ritgarn or Mike Coombs or any of the other professional staff at 216 South Main Street in Gordon. You can also call 282-0842 for all of your tax, payroll, and accounting needs. GLR CPAs have big firm capability and small town personality. Go Mustangs from Gardner, Lautzenheiser, and Ryan. Hey, and the computer says maybe we should plug that thing in. We don't want to run out of, that would be a disaster. All right, let's see if we can make this thing happen. Likes that a whole lot better. All right, off of battery power. One of the things we forgot to do as we relocated. Back in business, 4:50 to go, second quarter. Baseball pass down the floor. Sierra Garrett hauls it in. Pulls up, shot, good! Sierra Garrett on the board tonight for the first time. And that is a 4-point lead by the Chadron Cardinals. They led by 10. 4:37 to go in the second quarter. Mustangs back in this one. Three-pointer on the way from Hamer. That one's off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Perez. Garrett has it, says, hey, that's not my deal. Hands it back off to Knight, and she'll bring it up the floor and set the offense. 4:20 to go. Knight on the dribble, picks it up. Cross-court pass for Perez. Flips that one out there. Dangerous pass. Garrett was there, gathers it in, and now Knight will reset the offense. She'll work to the right wing. Knight now hung up and across to Ferguson. Under 4 to go in the second quarter. Ferguson, top of the key. Gracie Perez, long three-pointer. Missed everything, and that one is out of bounds. And it'll be Chadron basketball. The first time Gracie'd had any kind of an opportunity tonight to shoot that basketball. It was a long three-pointer, but came up just short. Now she'll give way to Shelby Holbert, who comes back in for the Mustangs. Bailey accelerates, pull-up jumper. That one missed everything. Saved back in, but gathered up by Jacoby Knight. And here comes Jacoby, dribbles out of trouble. And that'll be a reach-in foul called against Danielle Dunbar. That'll be number 1 for her, and that'll put Jacoby Knight back at the free throw line where she's 2 for 2 tonight. 1-on-1 opportunity, 3:38 to go in the first half. First free throw is good. Jacoby shooting well from the free throw line tonight. And now that lead, which was 10, is been cut to just 3. It's a 1-possession ball game now for the Mustangs with just over 3.5 to go. Second one falls off, no good. That rebound cleared by Underwood. Ahead to Bailey, and then ahead to Strathheim. Cross-court pass, this is Hageman. Now she'll back it out. Strathheim looks in, hung up at the top of the key. Hands it off to Bailey. She works around the right wing, tries to turn the corner, but cut off there, tips it back out. Underwood gathers it in. Into the corner for Bailey. Three-pointer is good. Shea Bailey with 3 from behind the arc. She's got 9 points. A little bit of a press action here, but Mustangs break that one easily, and they get it right back at the other end. 2 points from Rhiann Ferguson on the easy layup. It's 22-18. We're under 3 to go in the first half. Bailey hands it off to Hageman. Into the corner she goes. That's Danielle Dunbar. Kicks it out onto the wing. Strathheim for 3. That's no good. The long rebound is controlled by the Chadron Cardinals. Underwood with the fake and then the reach-in foul on the Mustangs. And that's going to go against Sierra Garrett, and that's 3 on her. So Mustangs with 2 starters, each with 3 fouls. 2:39 left to go in the first half. Peyton Underwood at the line for a 1-and-1 opportunity. And the next Mustang foul will put Chadron into the double bonus. Garrett will have to give way to Gracie Perez, who comes into the game. First one by Underwood misses. Grace Anderson pulls down the rebound, finds Jacoby Knight. Now the Mustangs going to have to rely on some of that depth that they've worked so hard to build this season. A couple of starters sitting on the bench. Knight goes up, has that one blocked. And Knight trying hard not to get the foul there. He does a good job of getting out of the way. 2:14 to go. High post to go for Underwood. Spin move down the lane. And a reach-in foul going to be called on Gracie Perez. The ball landed in her arms, and they called the foul on her from the backside ref. I don't think he had a very good look at that. Give that foul to Gracie Perez. I know that reffing's a rough job. That one was a miss. Coach Holbert not real happy about that either, but that does put Chadron into the double bonus. Peyton Underwood with 2 shots. She's 0 for 1 from the line tonight. 2:10 to go in the first half. The first one is off the mark and no good. Into the game now is True Thorne, and out comes Danielle Dunbar. So Underwood with 1 more attempt here. 2:10 to go, second quarter. That one is good. The lead now back to 5. Mustangs had cut it to 3. Now a 5-point advantage. Knight on the dribble. Pulls up, a little wild scoop shot underneath. Nowhere for her to go with it. And now a held ball, as that was a dangerous move by Gracie Perez. Reached in, but got the held ball without getting the foul. And the alternating possession in favor of Gordon-Rushville with 1:58 to go in the second quarter. Perez trying to find somebody, running out of time. Over the top she goes. And a 5-second call. Couldn't find any place to go with that basketball, and the Mustangs have just turned it over far too much to really feel like they are able to be competitive, though they are within 5. This is Thorne high off the glass, and the rebound by Beth Bragg. Keeps it herself all the way up the right side, slows down and accelerates, and tipped out of bounds by the Chadron Cardinals. That little stop and go move by Bragg. 1:41 to go. Mustangs with the basketball. They trail by 5. Gracie Perez looks, again having trouble getting it in. This time they'll find Jacoby Knight out near the half-court line. She'll set the offense with 1:35 to go. Knight drives in. Not sure if that was a pass or a shot. And they're going to say that Anderson was on the end line as she gathered that one in. And they'll give it back to Chadron again. Underwood comes out. Shelby Holbert comes in for the Mustangs. Takes the place of Gracie Perez. 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go in this first half. Bailey between the circles. High post they go to Thorne and back to Hageman. She'll step out into the corner. Long cross-court pass, now high post and back out onto the wing. Strouthide missed that three-pointer short. They go down to that low block again, that one short. And there's Maddie Schmidt with the rebound for the Mustangs. 1:02 to go in this first half. Mustangs trying to cut this back to another one-possession game at the half if they can get a good possession here. Schmidt in the corner. Looks, nowhere to go. Up top she goes for Anderson. Onto the wing for Bragg. Mustangs without a real scoring threat on the floor at this point. Anderson at the top of the key. Tries to feed it inside, and then a reach-in foul going to be called. A hold called on Jayla Bramer. And that is her first. 36.5 seconds left to go in the first half. Bailey, high post, flips it to Strouthide, can't finish. That one is out of bounds, Mustang basketball. Well, that was a nice looking play. They had Strouthide cutting to the basket, but she just couldn't quite finish it. Now Chadron's going to put some full court pressure on. 25 seconds to go in the first half. Schmidt will inbound it. Wants the home run ball to go over the top. Nearly stepped over the end line. Lucky she didn't. Gathered back in, but there's Strouthide to take it away. She can't finish. And the ball gathered in finally by Bramer. 15 seconds. Mustangs with time here. Bragg brings it up the floor. Stop and go. Into the corner for Anderson. Right down low for Schmidt. Good! Maddie Schmidt for two. 2 seconds left, tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Chadron Cardinals. No, they're going to say this is Mustang basketball, but 0.2 of a second left. That's really not time for the Mustangs to do anything with it from this range. But the Mustangs within 3 points at the half. Who would have thought it? They trailed by 10 at the end of one. They've come back to trail by just 3 at the half, 23-20.
Hinn's Home Furnishings of Gordon is gearing up for our annual tax return sale with big savings store-wide. Hinn's Home Furnishings has a great selection of couches, recliners, mattresses, appliances, dining room sets, and more. We also carry a wide variety of quality flooring and even offer installation. Hinn's Home Furnishings also offers free local delivery. Come check us out at 122 North Main Street in Gordon. Remember, even if we don't have what you're looking for, we can get it for you.
There is a new world out there, revealing itself in unpredictable ways. A world that demands more from the land and those who grow, farm, and build on it. This new world calls for the ingenuity to get more out of it, while preserving as much as we can. After all, to stay ahead of tomorrow, we need to be equipped for it today.
You're at brunch. You want to go sweet, but you also want savory. What do? You order the brunch explosion. Boom. It's the same thing as Aflac. All right, look, you have major medical insurance, but you also need to make sure your bases are covered. So if you get stuck with an unexpected medical bill and your regular insurance doesn't pay for everything, Aflac pays you cash to help you get through it.
Oh, that's what Aflac is.
That's what Aflac is.
Sportsmanship is not just for players, it's also for parents. Parents, thank you for supporting our teams and teaching us to be good leaders.
Cheer for your team to win, not for your opponent to lose.
Sportsmanship is not just the responsibility of those participating, it's everyone's. So parents, please be kind, be humble, and be supportive of those players.
And the quality of the game is greatly affected by the way your community, your team, and yourself presents itself.
We are at the half. 8 minutes left to go in this halftime break. Chadron with the lead, 23-20. Let's take a look at some very unofficial halftime statistics for the Mustangs. Jacoby Knight leads the way for Gordon-Rushville. She's got 9 points. Callie Schultz has 4. Rianne Ferguson, Sierra Garrett, and Maddie Schmidt all with 2 apiece. For the Chadron Cardinals, Shea Bailey, 3 bombs from behind the arc. She's got 9 points to lead the way. Peyton Underwood and Dana Dunbar each with 5, and Tylee Strathhide with 2. The big story of the game, though, is 2 Mustang starters, Callie Schultz and Sierra Garrett, each with 3 fouls apiece. Looks like 4 or 5 others, all with 1 foul. Rianne Ferguson, Beth Bragg, Jayla Bramer, Jacoby Knight, and Gracie Perez, all with 1 foul apiece. For the Chadron Cardinals, 3 players with 2 fouls, Tylee Strathhide, Dana Dunbar, and Peyton Underwood. 1 foul for Danielle Dunbar and Allie Ferguson. 6 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in this halftime break. Thanks very much for joining us. Oh, we probably don't have enough time to get a Twitter feed up and going in that time. I apologize, folks. Kind of a disjointed beginning. If you tuned in early, you got to witness some of that. Good place to broadcast here, but as we got ready to set up, we had 4 or 5 different outfits broadcasting, and we were the last ones to get here and had to wait for some room to clear out before we were able to get into our normal spot. And so hopefully that hasn't adjusted or affected your viewing pleasure here this evening. But we are set up in good shape and ready to go here, 6 minutes away from the second half. Thanks so much for joining us here on Sheridan County JournalStar.net. Chance for me to tell you just a little bit about Renee Fortin. Gordon Memorial Health Services would like to announce the addition of Renee Fortin to the physical therapy department as a registered and licensed occupational therapist. Fortin is at Gordon Memorial Health Services every Tuesday and Thursday. To schedule an appointment, please contact your medical provider today. Flustered and disjointed as we got going. We didn't get to run this really cool graphic for the Gordon Memorial pregame report, so it'll be the Gordon Memorial halftime report here this evening. Thanks so much to Gordon Memorial Health Services for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Mustangs trail by 3 at the half, 4 minutes and 45 seconds away from third quarter action. We're going to step aside for just a bit here on Sheridan County JournalStar.net. Mustangs back out on the floor, ready to get this second half underway. 2:01 remaining on the halftime clock. And yes, the winner of this game faces the unenviable task of squaring off against the top-seeded Mitchell Tigers. Mitchell undefeated on the season. They are a fantastic outfit. Definitely a tall order for whichever one of these teams advances, and I think it's probably safe to say that regardless of how, if Mitchell were to somehow inexplicably stub their toe somewhere along the way in the sub-district final or the district final, I think it'd be pretty hard for them to get left out of the wild card race and not make it to the state tournament. I think that's probably a pretty safe bet, and as such, we certainly wish them the very, very best of luck down there in Lincoln in a couple of weeks. We will have boys sub-district action. That'll be a week from tonight. That will also be here in Alliance, and we will also be here to bring that game to you. It will be the Mustangs, most assuredly against the Valentine Badgers. The Mustangs will have the top seed in the sub-district. Valentine will be the 4 seed, and so that should be the early game next Tuesday. Gordon-Rushville and Valentine here from Alliance, and we will have that for you. So look forward to that. We are just about ready for game action. Mustangs with some work to do. They've got some challenges. 2 starters with 3 fouls. Callie Schultz and Sierra Garrett each playing with 3 fouls as we start this second half. On the floor for the Chadron Cardinals, it'll be Hageman, Bailey, Strothyde, Dana Dunbar, and can't see who that is over on the far side, Underwood. For the Mustangs, Ferguson, Schultz, Perez, Knight, and Garrett. The Mustangs have got to stay out of foul trouble. That backdoor cut strikes again. There is Strothyde. 1 extra pass that time finds Tylee Strothyde, and that extends that lead to 5 at 25-20, just underway in the third quarter. Mustangs try to feed it down to that low block, and the turnovers continue as that is Bailey who took that one away. They head to Strothyde. Now across to Hageman. Down low for Strothyde. Mustangs collapse on her. She's able to kick it out. Gets it back and then taken away by Callie Schultz. Callie threads the needle. Callie with the left hand. Avoids Hageman high off the glass. Up and good. Callie with a masterful job that time. Slowed down and let Carson Hageman go by. And laid it up and good for 2. 7:05 to go. Back to a 3-point game. Into the corner for Dunbar. Now around, this is Strothyde, and a foul called on Rianne Ferguson, trying to deny that pass. Rianne picks up number 2. You can see on the far side, Mustang student section over there down to cheer on the Mustangs here this evening. Glad to have them with us. Backdoor cut that time. Strothyde can't handle it out of bounds. They'll give it back to Gordon-Rushville with 6:53 to go in the third quarter. Trying to make the game longer than it really is. Schultz brings it down and sets the offense. Mustangs go to work. Onto the wing for Garrett. A lot of movement on offense for the Mustangs. Chadron still in that man-to-man. They go over the top to Knight, but the pass a little bit too far, and then Knight, her momentum carried her into Bailey, and she's going to be called for the foul. And that'll be 2 on Jacoby Knight. Strothyde out. Danielle Dunbar into the game. 6:31 to go. Now a late substitution. Beth Bragg comes in. And Gracie Perez out for the Mustangs. So just a 3-point Chadron advantage. The Mustangs very much in this one. Need to cut down on some turnovers. Get a few bounces to go their way. High post to Underwood. Kicks it back out to Dana Dunbar. Drives in. Feeds it. Good cut to the basket that time by Underwood, but she can't finish. And the rebound cleared by Jacoby Knight. She'll bring it up the floor. Crosses the timeline. Now she'll work to her left. Still on the dribble. Looking for a seam to attack. Doesn't find it. Still on the dribble. Drives in. Hung up. Kicks it out to Schultz. Schultz up top. Looks. Now she'll back it out. And to Ferguson on the right wing. High post for Knight. Knight with a couple of dribbles. Spin move in the lane. Good defense that time by Underwood. Back to Knight on the right wing. She'll try the three. That one is short. And the rebound by Dana Dunbar. Mustangs going to try and trap as they've got Dunbar down along the baseline. Here's Bailey on the dribble. Mustangs trying to trap her, and a 10-second call. The Mustangs get the turnover. Caught Chadron completely by surprise, and they are able to get the turnover there. 5 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the third quarter. The Mustangs trying to find some energy here, trying to find a spark to get them over the top. They trail by 3. They led briefly at the beginning of the game, but they've trailed most of the way. Trailed by 10 a couple of times. But this is as close as it's been. High post for Garrett. Garrett works against Underwood. Down the lane, shot up, won't fall. And the rebound by Bailey. Bailey up the floor, quickly ahead to Hegman. Hegman with one too many passes. Hegman had an easy look at the basket. And that's taken away by Beth Bragg. Bragg on the drive. Into the corner for Schultz. Callie looks, works against Hageman, goes baseline. Tried to feed it back to Garrett. And it's taken away by Dana Dunbar. 4:40 to go, third quarter. Dunbar works to her left, turns the corner, cut off there. Outside to Danielle Dunbar. High post for Underwood. Now Danielle Dunbar threads the needle, but can't finish. And the rebound by Garrett. The Mustangs playing some good defense here and getting some help with a couple of misses by the Chadron Cardinals. Need just a little bit of offense to pull themselves back within one or even tie on this possession. 4:10 to go in the third quarter. Over the top they go to Garrett. A little bit too tall, but out of bounds. That's going to be off of Bailey. Now Bramer comes in for Garrett. Hageman and Underwood come out of the game for Chadron. And it would not be a sub-district contest if these two teams didn't meet up. Great rivalry, great healthy rivalry, and a lot of respect between these two teams, and it's always a good one when they get together. Into the corner for Gracie Perez, not enough time for her to pull the trigger. High post they go for Jacoby Knight. Jacoby draws contact, can't finish, and it comes out to Bailey. Bailey gets to Dana Dunbar. Flips it out to Danielle Dunbar. Good head fake. Now into the lane. That's Thorne. Dana Dunbar backs it back out. Chadron being very, very patient just inside the three-point line. That one is good for Dana Dunbar. 27-22. 3:30 to go in the third quarter. Perez on the wing. Tipped and battled for that, but Schultz able to get it back. Maintains the dribble. And she'll bring it across and go to work. Drives all the way in, feeds it for Bramer, and she is fouled. Jayla Bramer will have 2 free throws. 3:15 to go in the third quarter. The push called. That goes against Bailey, and that is number 1 for her. The free throw is no good on the first one for Jayla Bramer, her first attempt of the night. She's got one more coming. Jayla lines it up and knocks that one down. And the lead is 4. Perez out. Now the Mustangs are going to come up quickly and provide some full court pressure, and a timeout called by Chadron. Mustangs are playing some sneaky basketball here. They snuck up and contested that inbounds pass, forced the timeout by Chadron. 3:15 to go, third quarter. Chadron by 4, 27-23. The Italian Inn in Gordon serves up delicious burgers and steaks, as well as great Italian food and much more in a friendly hometown atmosphere. They are open for lunch and dinner. The Italian Inn is located at 200 North Main Street in Gordon. And Grocery Mart in Gordon has everything you need to stock the pantry and the refrigerator and everything else. Located in downtown Gordon, Grocery Mart is your home-owned grocery store. 228 North Main Street in Gordon. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Chadron quickly out of the timeout and back onto the floor. See if the Mustangs maintain that full court pressure, and it looks like they will. On the floor for the Mustangs, Holbert, Bragg, Knight, Bramer, and Anderson. So most of the starters, 4 starters, getting a little bit of a breather. The Mustangs are going to try and get some pressure on here, and they're going to get that turnover. They got the traveling call that time, as the ill-intentioned pass up the floor that time results in the traveling call. The Mustangs get the turnover. Coach Randy Holbert trying anything he can to get these Mustangs back inside of 4 points here. 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Into the corner they go for Bramer. Back out to Anderson, and between the circles for Jacoby Knight. Jacoby on the dribble, works against Dana Dunbar. Tries to get a screen from Anderson, but nothing there. Knight still on the dribble, trying to find an opening. Works around and gets that one to fall. Jacoby Knight just stuck with it. Now the Mustangs back within 2. This is as close as they've been since early in the first quarter. Here's True Thorne down to the low block. A little bit too far under, but she's able to draw the foul. That'll go against Bramer. And that is number 2 against the freshman, Jayla Bramer. 2:24 to go in the third quarter. And now Thorne has to tie her shoes and endure some heckling from the Mustang students on the far side of the gym. Thorne lines it up, and she'll miss the first. And now wholesale substitutions for the Mustangs. Knight stays on the floor. The other 4 starters, well, not, yes, the other 4 starters back out there. Schultz, Ferguson, Perez, and Garrett back into the game. Thorne missed them both, but an offensive rebound by Underwood is up and good. She's got 7 points. Stretches the lead back to 4 with 2:15 to go. Schultz brings it up the floor. Interesting to see if the Mustangs will stay in that full court pressure with a pair of starters with 3 fouls apiece on the floor now. Knight picks up her dribble and back to Schultz. Schultz turns the corner, drives in, kicks it out for Jacoby Knight. Wanted that 3, passed it up, 2 big steps, throws that shot up and won't fall, but there's the offensive rebound by Garrett. Tried to find Knight underneath of the basket, and it's going to be out of bounds off of Strotheid. Battle between Strotheid and Schultz for that basketball, and the Mustangs get a break there. 1:46 to go, third quarter. The Mustangs trail by 4. Perez will trigger it in, finds Callie Schultz. Callie puts it on the floor, hands it back to Perez, outside for Garrett. Good! Just inside the line. Garrett's got 4, and the Mustangs back within 2. Here's Hageman onto the wing for Strotheid. Thorne has it taken away. Callie Schultz on the run. Callie with the left hand. Works against Hageman. Hageman with the big swing. Callie, count the basket, and 1. What a shot by Callie Schultz. That was a big swing by Karsten Hageman. Callie able to absorb the contact and convert the basket. We are tied at 29, and the Mustangs with a chance to take the lead for the first time since the first 2 minutes of the first quarter. .121 to go, third quarter. Callie's free throw up and good. Mustangs out in front, 30-29. Substitutions here. 1:21 to go, third quarter. Got the scramble squad back in there for the Mustangs. They're going to press here. Over the top they go to Strotheid. Strotheid looks, that one's tipped. Strotheid gets it back. And now Chadron will set the offense. Here's Hageman across to Strotheid. Down low they go, and the foul going to be called as that was Ferguson making a move to the basket. She'll have 2 free throws. That'll be Grace Anderson who's whistled for that foul. That's number 1 on her. 1:06 to go in the third quarter. Ferguson's first banks its way home. And now those 4 starters come back into the ball game. We are tied at 30. Chance for Ferguson to untie it here. 1:06 to go, third quarter. Looked like Chadron might run away with it midway through the first, as the second one is also good. Chadron back in front by 1. The Mustangs have clawed their way back into it. Schultz sets it between the circles, works to the right wing, now accelerates to the hoop. That one's swatted out of there, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Mustangs. Big block that time. I think that was Hageman who got up and got a mitt on it and slapped it out of bounds. 53 seconds for the Mustangs to work here. They trail by 1. Perez will inbound it from the far corner. Gets it in tonight. Lots of time for the Mustangs to work here. Knight on the wing, hung up. Now it goes to the high post for Garrett. Garrett off glass, won't go. Rhiann Ferguson nearly picked up a over the back foul that time. They'll go quickly ahead now, a 2-on-1. And again, one extra pass, but there is Bailey with her first points of the second half to push that lead back to 3. 23 seconds now for the Mustangs to work. Schultz on the dribble, under 20. Tried to kick it out for Perez, but tipped. Mustangs get it back. That one partially blocked, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Mustangs. 12 seconds to go in this third quarter. Mustangs would love to give Gracie Perez a look from the corner for 3. Ferguson out, Underwood back in. Perez will inbound it. Over the top to Knight with 12 to go. Knight on the dribble, backs it out, under 10. Knight still on the dribble. Around to Garrett with 5. Garrett, and they're not going to be able to get a shot off. The clock is going to expire. It's about the Mustangs getting a look at the basket. At the end of 3, it is Chadron 33 and Gordon-Rushville 30.
When you go to a doctor or hospital, your insurance company pays for this much. The rest is on you. So if these are the savings you'll dip into while you're out of work, Aflac can help. Helps to cover the stuff that isn't covered by your regular insurance, so your bills won't be totally bananas.
Oh, that's what Aflac is.
Apply during your company's annual open enrollment. Stock up on benefits, you're set for the year.
We are just about ready to get the fourth quarter underway. Mustangs have pulled back from 10 down. They led it by 1. Chadron now back in front to start the fourth quarter, 33-30. Good shot of the student section and some parents over there on the far side of the Alliance Gym as well. Kind of an odd vibe in here tonight with no bands, no music, no cheerleaders, no nothing, and just 2 teams playing basketball. As we get the fourth quarter started, Mustangs will have it to start things off here. Gracie Perez tees it up for 3. That one's no good, and the long rebound controlled by Strathide. Mustangs trap her there, able to get it out. Bailey, 3-on-1 now for Chadron. Underwood is going to be pushed, and not sure which way this is going to go, but it's going to be somebody picking up their 4th foul. And that is Callie Schultz, who just got number 4. So now the question for Randy Holbert, does he leave her out there or does he have to pull her out of the game? That first free throw rattles around and finds its way home for Underwood. Callie will have to come out of the game. She'll be replaced by Beth Bragg. Well, Underwood with 1 more stretches the lead to 4. 7:42 to go, fourth quarter. Lets that one fly, no good, and that's out of bounds off of Ferguson, but a foul is called. That's going to go against Strathide, and that would be why Rhiann couldn't control it and lost it out of bounds. 3rd foul called on Tylee Strathide. 7:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Mustangs down by 4. Knight on the dribble on the wing. They've done this a lot in the second half. Kind of let Jacoby stand out there and create. Now she finds the backdoor cut for Garrett. Now she'll turn and take that shot. Can't get it to fall. Tipped out. There's Ferguson with the rebound and the putback. It is good. Rhiann Ferguson has 4 points. And the lead is 2. 7:09 to go. Fourth quarter. Onto the wing for Strathide. Tees it up for 3. Off the back iron, no good. Battle for the rebound. Dunbar comes down with it, loses it, and picked up by Strathide. Flips it back to Underwood in the near corner. Up top for Hageman. Mustangs battling underneath, trying to get to that basketball. Underwood, good ball fake that time. Shot up, but a foul called. And Underwood will have 2 free throws. That could be number 4 on Garrett. Now the Mustangs in a big hole. Garrett and Schultz both with 4 fouls. First one by Underwood is good. Garrett has to come out of the game. Jayla Bramer comes in. So that is tough. A 3-point advantage, 6:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Underwood lines it up. That one's off the back iron, no good, but an offensive rebound by Strathide. Bailey up top, down to the baseline for Underwood. Flips it out to Dana Dunbar. On the dribble with the left hand. Strathide top of the key and hands it back to Hageman. Back to Strathide. Under 6.5 to go, and a traveling call on Strathide that time. We'll turn it over to the Mustangs. The Mustangs with some work to do here. They trail by 3, but a couple of starters with 4 fouls that are sitting on the bench right now. Here's Beth Bragg to the wing. Tries to go inside, tipped out of bounds. It'll be Mustang basketball. 6:17 to go, fourth quarter. Gracie Perez in there. Now a late substitution as this is Danielle Dunbar. She's going to come in for Hageman. And now True Thorne stands up, thought she was coming in, but no, just coming out to greet Hageman as she came off of the floor. Get it into Jacoby Knight, puts it quickly on the floor. Shot up, won't fall, but she is fouled. That'll be Dana Dunbar, who just picked up her 3rd foul. So 2 free throws now for Jacoby Knight, who is 3 for 4. Now 3 for 5. Grace Anderson comes in for Gracie Perez in the Mustang lineup. 6:15 to go in the fourth quarter. The Mustangs down by 3. 6 fouls on the Mustangs, 4 on Chadron. Second free throw is up, and it is good by Jacoby Knight. And a timeout called on the floor. 6 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. Folks, don't forget about these fantastic sponsors. Gordon True Value, Gordon Superfoods and Ideal Market of Rushville, Open Range Beef, Hub International, Gordon Dental, Hens Clothing Center, the First National Bank in Gordon, Gardner, Lautzenheiser, and Ryan, Strong Insurance, the Bank of the West, the Italian Inn in Gordon, Grocery Mart, Modern Farm Equipment, Gordon Memorial Health Services, Hens Home Furnishings, and the Sheridan County Journal-Star, your source for all the news that is news in Sheridan County. And the Journal-Star available as an online edition. Check it out at SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. That one's poked out of bounds by Beth Bragg. Chadron will maintain possession, and now the Mustangs back to that full court pressure package. Get it into Underwood. Quickly to Bailey, and she turns and heads up the floor. Crosses the timeline safely. Now they'll set that half-court offense. Danielle Dunbar back over to Bailey. Top of the key for Strathide. Now they reverse it back around. Strathide on the wing. Down inside for Underwood. That one was too strong and battled for an offensive rebound. Here's Bailey's shot that won't go. And another offensive rebound. That one's out of bounds. Off of Underwood, Mustang basketball. So a couple of offensive rebounds on that possession for Chadron. Now Gracie Perez comes in, an offensive substitution for the Mustangs with 5:45 to go in the fourth quarter. Beth Bragg comes out, Gracie Perez comes in. Chadron's done a good job of keeping an eye on Gracie and not letting her get open behind the three-point line. Gracie is dangerous as a sharpshooter from out there, but she just hasn't had many looks here tonight. Knight will bring it up the floor. Mustangs would love to shorten this game and be able to get Schultz and Garrett back in with a couple of minutes to go, and the Mustangs with a chance to win it at the end. Knight sets up for three. In and out, no good. And a push called, and this is going to go against the Chadron Cardinals. Mustang basketball. And who's going to get this one? That's going to 13. Couldn't tell if it was 13 or 23. That is number 2 on Allie Ferguson. Mustangs get it in. Jacoby Knight goes to work. Works to the low block. Spin move. Nowhere to go. Now she'll put that shot up. Can't get it to fall. And Bailey clears the rebound. Bailey works against Ferguson. Switches hands. Finds Strathide. Tipped there, but not taken away by the Mustangs. And then the takeaway by Perez, and then she traveled with it. Gracie got the steal. One too many steps, they'll give it right back. 5:01 to go, fourth quarter, and it's a 2-point ball game. Beth Bragg back into the game. Gracie Perez comes out. Over the top they go to Strathide. 5 minutes on the dot. Bailey is going to be fouled by Rianne Ferguson, and Ferguson made sure she got a hold of the entire arm that time. That was a no-doubter by Rianne. That is number 3 for her, and it puts Bailey at the line for 2 free throws. She is 0 for 2 tonight from the line. 4:58 to go in the fourth quarter. That's the 7th Mustang foul, so Chadron in the bonus the rest of the way. 5 fouls on Chadron. Bailey lines it up and can't get the fall. That was a three-shot foul for Bailey. She's now 0 for 4 from the line tonight. And now the Mustangs will situational substitute again here as Bragg comes out, Perez comes back in. Didn't realize that Bailey was behind the three-point line on that attempt, and she makes the third one. Stretches the lead to 3. Under 5 to go. Anderson out. Maddie Schmidt back into the ball game for the Mustangs. Maddie with a lot of playing time here tonight. Knight between the circles, onto the wing for Ferguson. Rianne looks in, has that one tipped. Rianne gets it back. And that one is tipped out of bounds by Bailey, and so Jay Bailey giving Rianne Ferguson the devil up there up top. Tipping that ball around. Keeping the Mustangs from starting the offense. Into the corner for Schmidt. Schmidt tried to feed it inside, but tipped away. Here's Bailey the other way. Bailey switches hands, hits the deck, blocking foul called, and that'll be 4 on Rianne Ferguson. So now 3 Mustangs starters with 4 fouls. 4:35 to go in the fourth quarter. Bragg comes in, Schmidt comes out. Underwood back into the game. And to the bench comes Allie Ferguson for Chadron.
Get in there, get that rebound, Peyton.
Chadron substituted liberally in that first half, but not near as much here in the second. The first one is good that time by Bailey. Earns a second. 4:35 to go, and now the lead is 4 and now 5. 38-33. Mustangs just trying to keep this one close. Rianne Ferguson stays in the game with those 4 fouls. Knight drives down the lane, tripped, and a foul called. Gonna be a push called against the Chadron Cardinals. Jacoby Knight hit the deck. That one's gonna go against Dunbar. That'll be Dana Dunbar, and she has 4 now. So fouls starting to mount for both teams. Ferguson comes out. And Holbert into the game. Now Dunbar is going to be replaced in the Cardinal lineup. 4:21 to go, fourth quarter. Perez over the top, finds Jacoby Knight. Mustangs go to work. Jacoby, 2 big steps down the lane, can't get it. An offensive rebound by Bramer, can't finish. Battle for the rebound, and that is won by the Cardinals. That's Ferguson back into the game. Ahead they go. Beth Bragg had designs on stealing that. There's one extra pass that's going to result in free throws for Underwood. Chadron loves to make one more pass when they get down there close, and that time it results in a foul by the Mustangs. That's going to be a push called and 2 free throws. Going to give that foul to Beth Bragg, and that is her second. So Underwood misses the first. Underwood 3 for 7 tonight from the line. That one is good. Now the lead is 6. So Chadron slowly getting a little bit of separation as we work our way through the fourth quarter. That one stripped away, but Knight able to get a hold of it, save it somehow, and keep it alive for the Mustangs. And now that one's just taken away from Shelby Hobart. Bailey down the floor. Bragg gets to it and forces the free throws. Beth Bragg commits the foul. That's number 3 for her. She wasn't about to let that easy layup go uncontested. So Shea Bailey back at the line. First free throw is good. Hobart out, Anderson back in. 3:38 to go. Now the lead is 8. The Mustangs going to have to find something in a hurry here. 41-33. 3.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Bramer drives to the baseline, kicks it out for Beth Bragg. Up top for Anderson. Wanted to swing it to Perez, but it wasn't there. Bragg drives in. Now they reverse it again. Knight has it. 3:15 to go. Into the corner for Perez. Mustangs just kind of look lost on offense. And now they're going to have to bring those starters back in. There's another near takeaway. Next whistle, it'll be Garrett and Schultz coming back in. Hageman with the steal. Hageman down the floor, shot up and good. No foul called. Karsten Hageman with her first 2, and now that lead back to 10. Equals the biggest lead of the game for the Chadron Cardinals. Coach Holbert's going to call a timeout. Under 3 to go. 2 minutes and 49 seconds left to go, fourth quarter. The Mustangs in a 10-point hole. Stop in and take advantage of True Value of Gordon's Bargains of the Month. Save on LED light bulbs, smoke alarms, hand trucks, DeWalt bit sets, and more. Come see Buck and the gang at 217 North Main Street in Gordon. Open Range Beef of Gordon is proud to support the Gordon-Rushville Mustangs and our community. And also, don't forget to stop and see Jeff and everybody at Hub International, 402 East 2nd Street in Rushville for all of your home, auto, farm, ranch, and crop insurance needs. And there are wins and there are losses in basketball, and sometimes sprained ankles and chipped teeth. The sport of basketball isn't always pain-free, but at Gordon Dental, pain-free is always the goal. Visit Dr. Robert Ferguson and his staff at Gordon Dental for a pain-free, exceptional dental experience. 2 minutes, 49 seconds left to go in this fourth quarter. The Mustangs now trail by 10. Gonna have to make something happen, and they're gonna have to do it in a hurry. Callie Schultz back in there, onto the wing for Gracie Perez. They really need to find some open room for her to work. Schultz, high post for Knight. Knight drives, wild running shot, but she is fouled. Jacoby Knight not even going towards the basket that time. She's gonna be fouled. I think that's Karsten Hageman who is whistled for the foul. That's number 2 on her, and now the Mustangs in the 1-and-1 bonus. First free throw is no good by Jacoby Knight. Beth Bragg into the game to play some defense. Perez comes out. 2:37 to go, fourth quarter. Knight lines it up, lets it fly, and gets a nice roll that time. The lead is 9. 3-possession game. 2.5 to go. Over the top they go, taken away by Jacoby Knight. Nearly taken back, but Jacoby picks it up. Jacoby on the drive. 2 steps high off the glass. That one won't fall. Mustangs collapse on Underwood. Now they got a triple team, and then a reach-in foul is called. Nearly got the takeaway. That may be the end of the night for Callie Schultz. Nope, that is not. That is Knight who was whistled, luckily, and that is 3 on her. But now Chadron in the double bonus says 10 fouls on on Gordon-Rushville. Been a long season, folks. So that puts Underwood at the line for 2 shots. 2:19 to go, fourth quarter. And time may be starting to wind down for the Mustangs here in the 2017-2018 season. Still a lot of time to work, but something's got to happen in a hurry. Bragg out, Perez in. Underwood can help the Mustang cause by not converting this one here. And she doesn't, off the front of the rim. Mustangs still only down by 3, and a lucky bounce that time by the Mustangs. Callie Schultz on the dribble. Pull-up jumper high off the glass, in and out, no good. And that is Bailey, tipped and taken away by Callie Schultz. Callie works around Underwood, pull-up jumper off the glass, and good! Mustangs are gonna pressure here. Back within 7. Dunbar crosses the timeline, 3-on-1, flips it out to Underwood. Chadron's gonna just try and bleed some clock here. They're gonna try and force the Mustangs to foul, and then that one's gonna be thrown away. Hageman can't catch up with it. The Mustangs get a break, 1:43 to go. Mustangs down by 7, 43-36. Gordon-Rushville's got a chance, but they've got to make every possession count. They got to get a good look at the basket. They don't necessarily need 3-pointers, but they need good looks. That's one there for Garrett, but she can't convert. And the rebound by Dunbar. Callie Schultz can't afford to get the foul here, so they try to get the takeaway. They flip it down the floor, and that's taken away by Garrett. Tonight, that one's tipped away, and that is a great defensive effort that time by Bailey. Mustangs had an easy layup. Bailey able to get in there and get just enough of a hand on it to tip it away, where the Mustangs are back within 5. As it is, the Mustangs have it out of bounds. 1:22 to go. Late in the fourth quarter. Knight's got to go somewhere with it. Over the top she goes. Tipped and taken away by Strathhide. Not a good inbounds play that time. That one is tipped around, and a foul is going to be called. This is going to go against, they're going to call this against Bailey. No, they didn't. They call it against Jacoby Knight, and that is 4 on her. So that'll put Bailey at the line. Knight certainly was the aggressor that time, as she was going for that loose ball. 1:13 now left to go in the fourth quarter. Bailey with 2 shots. Bailey 5 for 9, now 5 for 10 on the night. 1:13 left to go. The Mustangs had pulled ahead in the third quarter, but this thing has slowly slipped away in the fourth, and that one misses as well. Callie Schultz down the floor. Callie drives in, sets up, tries to find somewhere to go with it. Nobody home. Here's Hageman with the steal, lays it up, and good. And that may be the last nail in the Mustang coffin, as we are under a minute to go, and it's back to a 9-point advantage. Callie Schultz into the lane. That one is blocked. A lot of English on that basketball. Skips out of bounds away from Jacoby Knight, but the Mustangs will maintain possession, but they've got 48 seconds to work, and that is it. And they are down by 3 possessions. 3-pointer on the way from Knight. That one is well short, may have been partially blocked. Dunbar will bring it up the floor. 3-on-2 for Chadron, but taken away by Callie Schultz. Callie ahead to Rianne Ferguson. Nifty move by Rianne. Spin move, found Jacoby Knight. Jacoby has that one blocked, and Chadron comes away with it under 30 seconds to go. And we got a timeout called here by Chadron. 24.4 seconds left to go. And the Mustangs down by 9. If this really is the end, it has been a fun season, and as we said at the top of the broadcast, I think these Mustangs probably surprised an awful lot of folks this season after they lost 4 fantastic starters from last year's team. Very successful senior class, and a very, very young group, but also a very athletic group. And now the lone senior on the team, Tate Eichenberger, is going to check into the ball game, as the Mustangs can pretty well see the writing on the wall here, and nice of Coach Holbert to give his lone senior the chance to see some game action here in the last 24.4 seconds of this fourth quarter. So as we said, it's been a great season for these Mustangs. They have really grown. They have built an awful lot of depth, And they are going to go down swinging here as they're going to continue to pressure in these last 24 seconds. That pressure pays off as that one is thrown away, and they'll get another crack at it here with 22.4 seconds left to go. And now situational substitutions again as Perez comes in, Ferguson to the bench. They'll get it into Callie Schultz. Callie flips it back to Knight, under 20 to go. Into the corner, this is Garrett. Garrett puts it up for three, partially blocked that time, and that's Bailey who comes away with it. Ahead down the floor she goes. Dunbar with the shot, up and good. Under 5 to go. Mustangs will have it tipped out of bounds by Dunbar. They'll have it with half a second left to go on the clock. Folks, it has been a fantastic, fun season watching these girls grow and develop, and they've done a great job. There won't be a final shot for the Mustangs. Final score here from Alliance. It is Chadron 47 and Gordon-Rushville 36. And so Chadron, congratulations to them, but good luck to them as well as they advance to face the top-seeded Mitchell Tigers in the Subdistrict final on Thursday night. And Mitchell undefeated. And so certainly good luck to the Chadron Cardinals, but that is a tall, tall order. Let's take just a quick look. Let's try and give you some unofficial final stats on the fly here as we go. From the top down, Rianne Ferguson finishes with 4 points. Callie Schultz finished with 9. Sierra Garrett had 4. Maddie Schmidt finished with 2. Jayla Bramer 1. Jacoby Knight had 13 to lead the Mustangs in scoring. For the Chadron Cardinals, Tylee Strathyde finished with 4. Allie Ferguson with 2. Dana Dunbar finished with 9. Peyton Underwood had 10. Shea Bailey, 16 points. That would lead all scorers. And Carson Hageman with 4. I know we missed a couple of buckets for each team early. Final score, Chadron comes out on top. They are on their way to the second round of the C1-12 Subdistrict. They knock off the Mustangs here tonight, 47-36. So very, very glad to have you along for this season of Lady Mustang basketball. We look forward to seeing you a week from tonight when Gordon-Rushville will face off against the Valentine Badgers in the 1-4 game of the C1-12 Boys Subdistrict semifinal. Next week here from Alliance, we will have that game for you right here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net. Can't tell you exactly the start time of that game, but check the Mustangs website out. They will certainly have it on there as well, or nsaahome.org. Also, we'll have district pairings and results on there and schedules as well. Final score here from Alliance, Chadron 47, Gordon-Rushville 36. For Gene Anderson, I am Clint Anderson. We will see you next Tuesday night right here on SheridanCountyJournalStar.net.